Hi everyone, I'm Gina Kay from Gina Kay Designs and your host of Stamp TV. I'd like to welcome you to our release party presentation. Tonight, you'll get to see two brand new holiday clear stamp sets and a brand new Stamp TV kit. At any time, feel free to click on the links below the screen and play along with our contest questions, our challenge, and to see all of the stamp sets in full along with all the beautiful samples created by our design team especially for you. If you're the partying type, we have a party chat thread going strong where you can hang out with the design team from now until 9 p.m. Central Time. And the best news is, all of the products are already available in our store at ginakdesigns.com, so you don't have to wait to place your order. So sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's release party presentation. I'm so excited to show you the new stamp sets that we've released tonight. We have two brand new clear stamp sets and a brand new holiday Stamp TV kit. First, Melanie Menchinger brings us another addition to her Fabulous Frame series. Fabulous Holiday Fillers works beautifully with her best-selling Fabulous Frame and Fabulous Frame Fillers stamp sets. Not only is the new Fabulous Holiday Fillers perfect for Christmas cards, but Melanie has added many other holiday bits and pieces to this set, which makes it a great investment for year-round stamping fun. Teresa Momber has done it again. This month, Teresa has created a beautiful winter stamp set featuring large, gorgeous images, perfect for coloring with markers, pencils, and watercolors. And these images will take you well beyond Christmas when you mix and match assorted greetings with these beautiful winter illustrations. Visit Stamp TV to see two brand new videos that Melanie and Teresa shared this week featuring their beautiful new stamp sets. And stay tuned for many more weeks of holiday inspiration using these new sets. I'm so excited to share the new Stamp TV kit, Winter Cheer. This kit is full of beautiful cardstock, patterned paper, ribbon, and embellishments that will help you create beautiful cards throughout the holiday season and beyond. Let me show you what's inside this kit. First, just like all of our kits, it comes in this convenient plastic storage box, so you can keep all the components together and stamp along with me weekly in our Stamp TV videos. Let's start with the cardstock. This is a beautiful color palette in this kit. First, we have some of our gorgeous Christmas pine cardstock. And then for a little fun variation on the Christmas color theme, we have some of our jelly bean green. Then we have some powder blue. We also have some of our heavy base weight white, and this is great for card bases. Then we have some ocean mist. We have some of our black onyx. Here's another ocean mist. You get 3 sheets of each of these. Here's some of our black onyx. You're also going to get some of our layering white and some of our red hot. Let me move that over here a little bit. And let me grab this Christmas pine because the pattern paper works off of these particular colors. So I want to show you these together with the pattern paper. But let me show you the ribbon first. Here we have some beautiful red hot double stitched ribbon, some Christmas pine double-stitched ribbon. And what's really neat about this is this ribbon coordinates with the Christmas pine, but it also has just a little hint of a blue in it. So it really looks pretty up against that ocean mist. So you can see you can mix and match these together. Then we have some black gingham, and this is our thinner black gingham, the 3/8 of an inch. Some of our red hot gingham, some of our beautiful white organdy ribbon, some black organdy ribbon, and then we have a couple other interesting things. Let me just put these up here. We have a little embellishment kit here that includes, this is so fun, this includes some of our beautiful delicate gold ribbon. This is the gold shimmer ribbon. Some of our gold cording. And then with this gold cording, you're going to get 3 little mini jingle bells. These are so cute to add to cards as an embellishment or to add on a Christmas tag that you're going to attach to a gift. So much fun. So little gold jingle bells. And then 3 of our snowflake wood embellishments. These are so pretty. And these can be applied with glue, with a glue dot, or like in the case of this one or this one, you can kind of tie cording around it. Now, along with all of those beautiful cardstock colors, ribbons, and embellishments, let me show you our newest pattern paper pack that comes in this kit. This is the Winter Cheer pattern paper pack. And this color palette is so pretty. You get 3 of these beautiful turquoise snowflakes, and this is a combination of turquoise and ocean mist. Then you get some of our, and I'm not sure if I said turquoise sea or ocean mist for this cardstock, but this cardstock is ocean mist. Then you get this beautiful pattern of gifts with red hot. It's got some black onyx in there, some ocean mist, and some turquoise. A little bit of Christmas pine in there. And then you have this beautiful Christmas pine swirl. This is so pretty and fun. Then one of my favorites is this adorable little Christmas collage. It's got little snowmen and reindeer and a Santa Claus, trees, plays off of all of those same colors, so it goes with just about everything. And we have some Christmas pine snowflakes. Then look at this beautiful, I like to call this like mistletoe, but it is just beautiful vines in both ocean mist, Christmas pine, and red hot with the red hot berries. Then a more simple pattern. This is some red hot snowflakes. And another one of my favorites. This is a turquoise weave with some ocean mist weave lines going through it. So look at all of those beautiful patterns that you get in this collection. Isn't that fun? You know I love this one. Now I want to show you the beautiful stamp sets that come in this kit. And these stamp sets are so fun to work with. I can't wait to show you the first project in a little bit. So let me grab a piece of white cardstock here underneath so that you can see them. Okay, first we have this adorable Christmas Wishes stamp set. Now look at how cute these little images are. You have this little fox on skates and then a cute little deer, this pretty owl, and then this beautiful frame. And what I love about this frame is this frame will take you way outside of Christmas. You can use this frame for all kinds of cards. And then winter trees and mittens and snowflakes, which are perfect for winter cards through January and February and even early March. And then this cute little background stamp, which is all little music notes. And I can see this stamped with a nice craft ink and then a bolder image on top. So you'll get a lot of use out of that one. I also love the greetings in this set. This Christmas Wishes, you could stamp that right in the center of this pretty frame, and that would make a beautiful focal image and greeting all in one. So that is the Christmas Wishes stamp set. You also get the Winter Cheer stamp set, and this one is so much fun. Look at this beautiful block of winter trees. Now you may have noticed that we have a die on our website that you can purchase that's a window die. Well, this block of trees fits perfectly inside the bottom 4 panels of that window. Then you have a cute little penguin and some little snow folks here. Some beautiful, bold greetings, winter cheer, and wishing you a very Merry Christmas. If you want to do Happy New Year along with your Christmas cards, you can do Merry Christmas and then add the and Happy New Year all in one big focal image. And we have little pine sprigs to do pretty backgrounds and emboss resist. So this set is full of stamps that you both color and stamp in color, and great for all kinds of techniques. You're going to have a blast with these stamp sets. Now that you've seen all the beautiful components of this new kit, stay tuned for the first Winter Cheer card project. The first Winter Cheer Stamp TV Kit project features this beautiful new frame stamp along with this curved Merry Christmas greeting and this cute little owl stamp. I'm going to start with a piece of red hot cardstock and an embossing magic pad, and I'm going to rub the embossing magic pad all over the surface of the cardstock to remove any static or excess oil or anything that would be on the surface. Now, I'm going to take a Versamark pad and I'm going to ink up this frame. Let me get my glasses on for this one. So I like to turn the stamp upside down on its back and ink it up this way to make sure I get complete coverage when I'm working with such a big stamp image. And you want to make sure, especially the first couple times that you ink up the clear stamps, that you add a little bit of extra ink to make sure you don't miss any spots. Alright, so I'm going to stamp this right about here. Excuse my head if it gets in the way. And then I want to make sure that I put some pressure all around to transfer that Versamarked image to this piece of cardstock. Okay. Now, I have a little piece of scrap paper here, and I'm going to use some of the Gina K Designs Fine Detail White Embossing Powder. And I'm going to put that powder over that frame image. I like to use a little paintbrush to get rid of any little excess embossing powder that might be in delicate places that you can't really get off with just using a finger or, just blowing on it. You really have to kind of brush it away. So, and then the rest, there we go. Okay, so now I have the frame. Let me move this out of the way, and I'm going to heat this first. Also, I see a few little things in here, and I know that I would mess up the frame if I tried to do that just by wiping it away. All right, and now I'm going to emboss this using my heat tool. And I love our fine detail white powder. You get such a beautifully clean image no matter how delicate the stamp is. And this is a very delicate stamp. All right. There we go. So now you can see that pretty little frame is all embossed, and now I want to add a greeting down here. So I'm just going to touch that up again with some of that embossing magic, and I'm going to ink up this Merry Christmas banner. I love how this fits so nicely right underneath this frame. And once again, I will have to get my head in the way because I need to look straight down on it to make sure it's straight. Okay. And then I want to give it a minute to transfer the ink. Okay. And now I'm going to add a little bit more of that white powder right over the greeting, like that. Let me put this powder away now because I'm done embossing. Okay, now I'm going to emboss with my heat tool that greeting. And again, you can see how nice and vibrant it becomes and how nice the detail is on that. So there is my greeting. Okay, now I want to show you, but before I go on, I do want to show you what this looks like in gold, because I initially was going to add a photograph inside the center and make it in gold, and I want to show you how pretty that came out in the gold. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Next, I'm going to cut out the center of this frame, and I'm going to do that using the Cuttlebug, an A and a B plate, and my image there. And I'm going to use one of the dies from our Stackers Circle dies, and I'm going to use a smaller one, not that big. And this is one of those times where you really need to kind of get right over it and make sure that you've got it centered. So that looks pretty centered to me. Now I'm going to add the C plate on top. And cut that out. Now you can save that center and use it for another project, so you don't have to throw those away. And you can see how nicely that looks when it is cut out like that. It gives it a nice border in the center as well. Okay, so now my next step is going to be to stamp the little owl onto this white piece. Now this is going to layer together like this. So I'm going to just position that where I want it so I can kind of see where I'm going to stamp. And I'm going to ink up this little owl and stamp him right into the center. So we know he's in the right position. There we go. All right. So now it's time to color. I'm going to color this little owl using some of my Spectrum Noir markers. The colors that I'm using are BG5, EB6, BT2, DR3, and my blender pen. I'm going to start with the BG5, and this is kind of a brownish gray. I'm going to color his head using the brownish gray. Could be a girl, could be her head. She does have pretty eyelashes. And then I'm going to color the body in the same color. I'm also going to add some darker brown to this, but I really like this brownish gray. It's a nice neutral. If you're not sure what color to use for a bird, this is a real nice neutral one. And I'll color his little foot that same color. All right. So now I'm going to grab a little bit of this brown. This is the EB6. And I'm going to add just a little bit of brown along the top here. And around the side. Like that. And underneath. Then I'm going to go back with that first marker, the BG5, and I'm going to blend that together. Just kind of pulling that brown color down a little bit. Just to give a little hint of a darker shade in there. You can see, first I like to color right over the line. And then bring that color in. There we go. Okay, so now he's got a little bit of brown in him, which is so pretty. All right, now I'm going to use my red, that's the DR3, and color the scarf. This is a real good match for our Red Hot, the DR3. So I'm going to color that. And I'm not going to do any shading on that because I'm actually going to add a little bit of sparkle on top. And then I'm going to color the hearts. And once these hearts are colored, then I'm going to finish off that wing just in that lighter gray, which is the BG5. And just a nice light coat of that around the hearts. And whenever I do winter cards, I really like to kind of create the illusion of kind of cold, you know, being chilly. So I'm going to do that by using this real soft blue. This is the BT2. And I'm going to color just around the perimeter, just to add a little bit of coolness around the outside of this image. Nothing like a blue, soft blue. You can use any of the real pale blues. Maybe you like a more purpley blue or just a more true blue. But I kind of like this one because it has a little bit of that turquoise in it, which means it has a little bit of green undertone, which will look nice up against that Christmas pine that I'm going to use as a card base. Okay, so now he's got a little chill around him. Now using my blender pen, I'm going to just add a little texture. You know, I love to do this just by kind of dabbing little dots around. It kind of creates the look of little feathers or just little fur texture. Whenever you're coloring animal stamps, I really like that look. I'm not going to do it on the wing, just on his belly here. And you can go back over it a second time to brighten that up. I like that look. That's cute. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to do is just, forgot to color his nose in, so I'm going to color that with that gray as well. We're going to add glitter in just a bit, but first we're going to assemble the card and then add the glitter, and that'll give it a chance to dry. So rather than just taping this right down, which you can if you want to, I want to pop this part up a little bit. So I am going to use some of the 1/4 inch pop dots, and I'm going to add a couple extras because when you emboss, sometimes you get a little bit of warping in the cardstock, and that's normal. That happens from the heat. But then to add a couple extra little pop dots will kind of help straighten things out a bit. And you can see I'm adding a few extras, not just around the perimeter, but also closer to the focal image. And you don't have to add this many. You can kind of try it first without so many and see how you like it. If you get a nice flat piece of cardstock, if not, add a few more. And these pull up pretty easily. If you've laid it down, it doesn't look right, you can pull it up right away before it really becomes permanent. And one more here. Okay. Yep. Now I'm just going to hold this up so I can see to make sure it's centered. And place those. There we go. That looks good. And you can see it's kind of nice because it's raised a bit and it just gives it a little bit more dimension. Then this whole panel is going to go on top of a pine green card base. I really do enjoy making these cute little square cards. They're perfect little gift card holders, and you can put them in a regular A2 size envelope. It'll just be a little bit less on the one side, but it'll still fit. So you can even mail these in an A2 envelope without any additional postage because it's a different shape. All right, so we'll pop that into place. And then we're going to add a little bit of the Wink of Stella gold pen. All right, and I'm just going to start it to make sure some of the ink is flowing out. Then I'm going to color this right over his little scarf, or her little scarf. Press on it a little bit here to get some more ink coming through. Okay. And then I'm going to also add a little bit on the hearts. Right here, just a little dab on each heart to sparkle those. And then let's make her a girl and we'll give her a little bit of glitter eyeshadow. So we'll give her a little bit of glitter under her eyes. And you can see that's shimmering now. A little bit of sparkle there. Looks so pretty. I love a little bit of sparkle on a holiday card. And here is my finished card project. The new Winter Cheer Stamp TV kit is available now at GinaKDesigns.com. And stay tuned for weeks of episodes inspiring you with projects created using this new fabulous kit. I hope you enjoyed tonight's presentation of stamp sets. All of these new stamp sets are now available in our online store at GinaKDesigns.com. And Melanie, Teresa, and I will be showcasing these sets in videos and tutorials and lots of new projects for many weeks to come.